What's up, YouTube? So, in this video, I'm going to be talking about Jayson Oweh, defensive lineman out of Penn State. He's 6'5" and 252 pounds, which would be good for a defensive end, like a 4-3 defensive end, like an edge rusher, but I don't necessarily think that's where he's going to be best. So, one thing that you have to address is he had 0 sacks in 2020, and he's only had 7 throughout his entire college career. So that is something to be kind of wary of. But it just kind of is what it is. I see him more as a run stopper anyway. His hands are pretty decent. He's pretty good at getting them inside and will swipe your hands down. That's kind of his best trait. I definitely want to keep his hand in the dirt because he is not physically gifted whatsoever. He's not very fast. His acceleration ain't that great. He doesn't turn super well. He does have some strength to him. He does have a little bit of power. But that's about it. And he does have a good tendency to be able to get his hands up to try to block footballs down. And he actually does have a spin move that has a little bit of quickness to it, but he doesn't use it very often. And a lot of times he ends up spinning himself out of the play when he does it. So I'd like to see him kind of clean that up a little bit because it could be a pretty decent move from him. Especially if he is going to be a power rusher. Having that to kind of, like, if you're trying to beat someone with power a whole game and they just get comfortable and used to you trying to beat them with power and you just pull off a quick spin move, you might be able to get something out of that if they're not ready for it. You just need to work on it a little more. But personally, I think, like, if he's in a 4-3, he'd be best as a left defensive end where he can just kind of be responsible for stopping the run and stuff like that. And he's pretty good about sticking close to the offensive lineman to, kind of limit read option and stuff like that. But I think if he gains some weight, because he's 252 now, but if he gained a little bit of weight throughout his career, I think a 3-4 defensive end would be best for him. I think he could two-gap pretty effectively because, like I said, he is pretty good with his hands. And in that way, you wouldn't be, like, relying on the athleticism quite as much. So if he could gain a little bit of weight and just kind of develop under another 3-4 defensive end, I think that'd be pretty good for him. And then maybe or even if it's like a multiple style scheme, when you do 3-4, I'd have him as a 3-4 defensive end. And then if you go 4-3, you can knock him out to left end, like I said. Let him do a little bit of both. So, yeah. Anyway, I think that's going to be it for this video. If you liked it, I appreciate hitting that like button. If you have any questions or comments, leave them in the comments down below. Subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you next time. Bye, guys.